The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
I'd like to welcome everyone out to our special webinar today in regards to our BioLift cream with its new epigenetic technology. Just a few housekeeping items to go over before we get started. I wanted to make sure that everyone can hear me okay and see my screen okay. So on the right-hand side of your screen, there is a chat box. If you can kindly just type in where you are listening from, that would be absolutely fabulous. And then I know that everyone can hear me and or hear hear me and see my screen so we can get started. Also want to make sure on that right hand side where it says handouts, there is an outline. So if you want to download that and take notes, you have the ability to do so, and that gives you a copy of all of the slides that we are going to be going over here within the actual presentation, so you can refer back to that if you would like. Also, the webinar is being recorded, so if you want to re-listen to it, you will actually receive a copy of this recording via email tomorrow morning. It will also be posted on our webinar channel that you can access anytime on demand through liraclinicalpro.com. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew all of those items. If you have a question, feel free to type those in throughout the presentation, and I will get those answered at the end of the presentation, because many times when the question is asked, I might be giving out that information within the next minute or two anyways, so then your question will be answered. Great. It looks like everyone can hear me. It looks like we have some people from the West Coast in California, the Mountain West, as well as the Midwest. Awesome. Represent. So let's get started. I'm so excited to present this to you today. So what we are so excited here at Lira Clinical about is our new BioLift cream. With that, you can see that we are presenting and announcing our brand new skincare technology, Epigenetics. And you can see right here on the bottom of your screen that now all of the packaging within our BioLift cream on that box, you will see this sticker with Epigenetic technology indicating that you have the new formulation of our BioLift cream. So we are so excited to announce this to you. When we look at epigenetics, what is epigenetic technology? This is where sometimes when we look at things, it has a big word and we're like, not sure how to explain this to our clientele. What does it do for my skin? And with that, we want to keep in mind that epigenetic technology, with epigenetics referring to skincare, actually activates the epidermal regeneration. And this is where it specifically helps to protect our telomere division. So going back and looking a little bit at our skin physiology, what we know what a telomere is those are basically the very ends of our DNA chain. So you can kind of compare them to, a lot of the times they'll compare them to the ends of your shoelace, where you have kind of that little plastic coating so your shoelace doesn't start to fray and you can't lace it through your shoe. So with that, our telomeres, as we age and as our cells divide, those telomeres gradually become shorter and shorter. And once they hit a certain point and are so short that they become dormant, they stop dividing, they stop initiating that cell division. They can't do it any longer, and so they become dormant and they just kind of hang out and don't do anything anymore. With that, with our telomeres, this is where epigenetic technology actually helps those telomeres so they don't become dormant before their time. So we want to make sure that we are not over exfoliating or over proliferating that actual telomere division within the skin. So our skin is going to age naturally, and we don't speed up that process. Our epigenetics also are going to help stimulate that epidermal growth factor. This is where you look to see, once again, with those growth factors, that we're looking at making sure that they have the ability to overturn and keep that keratinocyte journey from 28 to 32 days, and we're not speeding it up, and it's becoming regular, and it doesn't stray from the path, basically. And so we have the ability to keep those keratinocytes turning over on a regular basis with healthy collagen and elastin within the dermal layer of the skin. Epigenetics also help to protect against our environmental stressors. Now, this is super important, especially now where we know that it is more essential and vital than ever to make sure that we are protecting our skin against a variety of environmental stressors, whether it is coming from sun exposure, pollutants, but we also have to keep in mind that we can internalize those environmental stressors, such as stress. Stress in and of itself is going to affect how our skin reacts. And epigenetic technology also has a wonderful controlled release peptide delivery system. So I'm sure many of you are familiar with our healing peptide delivery system. Within our BioLift cream with our epigenetic technology, we have a controlled release peptide delivery system. So when we look at those environmental stressors and epigenetic technology, this is where we go and look into our skin's epigenome. And this is where the epigenome influence on a cellular level looks at our skin health. We know that our skin is going to be influenced by its environment, whether it's going to be an internal or an external factor. Obviously, some of those internal factors, such as our genetics, we can't change our DNA. That's there. Unfortunately, if our mother and our grandmother and our great-grandmother really struggled with dark under eye circles, chances are we might struggle with it too. We can do our very best to manage it, but there's only so much that we can do with those internal factors that we can change. This is going to be part of our genome. This is going to be an organism, or our skin, or ourselves, hereditary information that is encoded on our DNA chains. We cannot change it. And so with that, that is something that is going to stay permanent. Just like those intrinsic factors, when we're aging, that's 15% of how we age. We do not have the ability to change that. We have to accept that. If we lived in a cave in the dark our entire lives, our skin and ourselves would still age. And so that's something that we have to accept. Now, on an epigenome level, this is heavily influenced by those external aging factors. You can see with those skin stressors that we have, UV light, with our sun exposure, blue light from all of our devices that we are now using, which is coming into play a lot more and is increasing prevalently because of our use with devices, whether that is our computer screen, various screens that we might use at work, and also all of our handheld devices, such as our phones. Back a lot of the times you could tell, especially here within the United States, that people that would drive a lot, many times that there is a higher percentage of skin cancers on the left side of people's faces because of the way that they drive. Now we are seeing an increase, of skin cancers on the right side of the face because most people are predominantly right-handed and they're holding up their phones on the right sides of their face. And that blue light is affecting pigment and skin damage on the right side of the face now as well. So what we want to be able to do as skincare professionals, what we want to be able to do is affect and be able to change that epigenome. We have the ability to do that with a variety of factors, such as sun exposure, exposing the skin to those various environmental skin stressors. We can also, obviously we're not dietitians, but we can also encourage healthy diet, healthy exercise. All of those things are going to affect our skin and our epigenome within our skin to make sure that we are aging naturally, and we are slowing down that process and not speeding it up. So how do we do that with epigenetic technology? With that, this is where we're going to kind of look behind the story. One of the things that we want to remember with our epigenetics is that cell nutrition is essential. When we are looking at our skin, we cannot just look at the stratum corneum. We have to go beneath that and make sure that we have the ability to stimulate and rejuvenate all of those things below that stratum corneum. So when it hits our epidermis, we have the healthiest epidermis that we can. The way that they found epigenetic technology is actually through bees and queen bees and how they consume royal jelly. So you can see on the left-hand side of your screen that beautiful golden honeycomb. And we know when we look within a beehive that there are queen bees and there are worker bees and then there are drones. We know that queen bees and worker bees are female bees. Now, one of the things that we want to remember with that is that a queen bee, however, once that queen bee is born and hatches, queen bees eat nothing but royal jelly. That is what they eat. That is their diet, is that royal jelly. And what that royal jelly does, that feeding of that royal jelly to just the queen bees are the only ones that have the royal jelly. This enables those queen bees to be fertile. They're the ones that reproduce. Royal jelly also enables those queen bees to have a much more robust body size, where they're bigger, they're stronger, and it also engages more of a longevity lifespan. They live a lot longer than these other female worker bees. Female worker bees do not consume the royal jelly. They are infertile. They do not reproduce. They are smaller in stature, and they don't live as long. And all of these things we want to remember is the fact that a queen bee and a worker bee have the exact same DNA chain. There's no different. It's like they're twins. They're identical twins. But the difference is the way that the chemical messages from the different, there are different chemical messages that actually influence that DNA chain through microRNA or through histones. These are little tiny messages that tell that DNA actually what to do and how to act. And that is how the gene reads the DNA to actually tell it how to grow, how to react. And so with that, you can kind of look at those different chemical messages on your DNA chain. So it's kind of like you communicating with your friends or your family. There are a variety of ways that we can communicate. So back in the day, we could only, if we wanted to go talk to our neighbor, we could only walk over to their house, right? And then we would have to talk to them, tell them what was going on, and then we'd walk back to our house. Or we could mail a letter. We know that putting it in the mailbox and then the postman would deliver that same message via mail. Then we have the ability to deliver the same message over the telephone. We could call our neighbor, hey, guess what happened to me today? Now we have the ability to send it digitally via email. Tell the exact same story, but it goes a lot faster. And now we can even almost do it instantaneously with texting or instant messaging our neighbor the exact same situation. And so these are you can look at those ways to deliver a message. Those are the different chemical ways that your DNA chain is going to be read by the gene. And so those are the different ways that, once again, that enables your skin to be stronger, more elastic, more pliable collagen, all of those things that we want to have our skin to do. And that is how we have the ability. So with comparing a queen bee consuming royal jelly with our actual skin and making sure that we have the healthiest epidermis possible. So when we incorporated our epigenetic technology, the ingredient that you can find this is with Royal Epigen P5. So when you see that Royal Epigen, even within the name, it's referencing back to that bee story and how those queen bees consume that royal jelly to be the healthiest, the strongest, the most fertile bees within that actual beehive community. And so that's where you can see, once again, that Royal Epigen P5 with that as a peptide delivery with a controlled release, so it has the ability to continue that activity within the skin. We've also incorporated our Mastech, so we have that wonderful, beautiful, brightening, anti-inflammatory, and wound healing properties that we absolutely love in our exclusive Mast technology. And we have incorporated a new generation of designer peptides. As many of you know, our BioLift cream was a super peptide punch to your skin, in the sense that it had 6 different peptides within it. We have taken all of those peptides and given them an upgrade. And so we have taken all of the newer generation of peptides targeting elasticity, tightening, firming, healing the skin, stimulating that healthy fibroblast activity, as well as stimulating that healthy elastin activity in the skin to give you the ideal anti-aging cream. We also incorporate vitamin C, our BVOSC, that lipid-soluble vitamin C that gives us that wonderful collagen regeneration that we absolutely adore. And finally, our Ecotine, that natural UV protection. So BioLift cream works beautifully for your clients if they need additional hydration than what their SPF or their BB cream offers, or it's directly after a post-procedure and they need additional healing and hydration. This is where our BioLift cream works beautifully directly under your SPF or BB during the day. When we look at this, some of those things that we can see is with our optimal cellular health. So now, instead of addressing specifically only on an epidermal level, we want to make sure that we are having the ability to have those cells have the best health possible to enable, once again, that keratinocyte to be able to take that journey and to regenerate a wonderful, beautiful, strong, healthy cell. So when we take our epigenetics, this is where our BioLift reformulation enables the skin to restore itself a lot faster after any type of injury or trauma. So this can come through a heavy resurfacing procedure, extractions. Could also be something as if your client cut themselves or got in an accident or had surgery. This is where BioLift cream works absolutely beautifully post-procedure. It's also going to help increase those skin cell firming benefits with those new designer and new generation designer peptides. This is where that firming and that elasticity within the skin works absolutely beautifully. It's going to help stimulate that cellular protein recycle. This is where on a cellular level, it's almost as if your skin is detoxifying itself naturally and wanting to get rid of that collagen and elastin stimulation that might be producing a more fibrous collagen. We want to have the most elastic and pliable collagen possible within our skin. And so with that, this is where that epigenetics helps to stimulate that protein recycling. It's also going, and this is where you see that initiation of the proteasome. It's that enzyme that rids the cell of your defective protein. So that's where that detoxifying and that cellular recycling is happening, because we don't want any of those keratinocytes. We don't want that protein within our skin to not be absolutely perfect and healthy and robust. We want to make sure that it is getting rid of that before it starts its journey up to our stratum corneum. So how can we utilize our new BioLift cream? Obviously, it works absolutely fabulously into and incorporating it into our client's home care. And we can also use our BioLift cream within our back bar. So one of the really fun royal treatments that you can give your clients, and this can either be a fun at-home treatment that they can do, or as wedding season approaches and you might have some fun bridal parties or birthday parties that are coming in and you want to give them that mini facial treatment within the room, just kind of giving them a smaller treatment and having the ability to offer them something. This is where our royal treatment and our BioLift cream comes into play. Utilizing your cleanser of choice, you can do a nice cleansing massage, removing that cleanser, and then applying our new Pro anti-aging pads. So whether that client is doing this at home, or like I said, you can offer it as a mini facial treatment. This is a really fun 10-15 minute treatment that you could offer within your practice. After that anti-aging pad has been applied to the skin, you apply our BioLift cream. And then obviously if it is a home treatment, they don't have to finish off with their SPF of choice. But if you are finishing this royal treatment in your business, then you can finish them off with your favorite SPF or BB cream. Once again, a wonderful way to see and feel a difference within the skin with 4 easy steps to do. Some of the Lira clinical products that work beautifully now with our BioLift cream to once again to increase that wound healing property, to stimulate that healthy collagen, that pliable elastic collagen, getting rid of that defective collagen that we don't want to come to the surface. When we're looking, we can choose our Pro C4 retinol serum paired with the BioLift cream. Works beautifully for that oily rosacea. That hint of retinol, that 1% retinol with the 20% vitamin C in your retinol serum, then applied the BioLift over the top, beautifully helps to reduce redness within the skin, as well as helping balance out that oil production. If your clients need additional hydration, that BioHydra infusion paired with the BioLift cream is a beautiful combination that you can choose for that client. Keeping in mind that if you're using your pure HA, our new back bar hyaluronic acid, if you're using that on your client's skin in the back bar, the BioHydra infusion, a great retail product. So pairing that with the BioLift cream, we've had a lot of success with that hydration and maintaining that natural hydration within the skin. We have been starting to see a lot more rosacea. Pigment and rosacea, pair your BioLift cream with your Pro Light. Remembering that Pro Light is going to always be applied to that naked skin after cleansing and then finish with your BioLift cream. And finally, you can apply your BioLift cream followed by your Mystique Beauty Oil. This is a wonderful brightening boost as well as a hydration boost that you can utilize too, where you're using Once again, I prefer to apply the BioLift cream first and then put my beauty oil over the top. Wonderful skin compliant hydration, and it works lovely for clients that are struggling with photo damaged skin, especially where we're going into our sunnier summer season. That the BioLift cream with the beauty oil works very nicely together. So to wrap up today, we absolutely love that BioLift with its epigenetic technology that is now available, because now we have skin healing with benefits. With our new BioLift cream, we help to even out that skin tone, affecting with our Mass Tech as well as that epigenetic technology, that smoother skin texture, where we're making sure that we have that cell recycling happening before those keratinocytes come to the surface, making sure and giving us that smoother surface on the skin. With the skin compliant hydration of 18 different essential oils within our BioLift cream, that's where you can see that hydration is being maintained as well as being balanced within the skin. You will find with the new BioLift cream that it has a much creamier, almost kind of a whipped consistency versus the older formulation of our BioLift. One of the things that you can remember is if you do have those clients that have acne, dry skin, this is a wonderful way that they can heal the skin. Even though it's a cream, I know your acne clients sometimes get a little bit nervous and shy away from those creams, but if they are really struggling with that healing aspect with their acne, skin's really red, that BioLift works beautifully to help heal it. It's going to help delay those cells aging on that cellular level. We're looking at that optimal cellular health. We're not just focusing on the skin as a whole, but we're going one level lower and looking at that optimal cellular health, preventing pigmentation formation before it even starts, making sure that those melanocytes, once again, have that cell recycling ability, and making sure that we have that healthy melanocyte activity. Activating that cellular cleaning process is going to be crucial to making sure that we have, once again, that healthy elastic collagen coming to the surface. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. Keep in mind that the newly reformulated Royal reformulation of our BioLift cream is now available. You can purchase it via online, your professional accounts, or you can call into your Lira clinical representative or customer service. Are there any questions that I can answer in regards to the new BioLift cream? Happy to answer any of those questions. And once again, if you want a copy of these slides, you are more than welcome to download the handout outline that is on the right-hand side of your screen. All right, great. Well, if there are no questions, then once again, if anyone would like to purchase BioLift cream with the new epigenetic technology formulation is now available. You can contact customer service online or through your Lira clinical representative. I'd like to once again thank everyone for joining us today. And give me 1 second. Looks like we have just a couple of later questions. How can I explain to my animal lover clients that this doesn't harm bees? This actually, the epigenetic technology was influenced by the royal jelly and the queen bees and the technology that they found. But one of the things that you want to keep in mind that the Royal Epigen P5 is a bioengineered ingredient. It is a peptide. It's bioengineered. It's synthesized within a lab. It doesn't have the research was done with bees, but the actual ingredient itself, there's no bee relation by way of the actual ingredient. Because it is bioengineered, it is very eco-sustainable, And so with that, that's where you want to keep in mind. The BioLift cream is, at Lira Clinical, none of our products are tested on animals. They're paraben free. This is a gluten-free, soy-free, vegan-friendly product. And so with that, it doesn't, if your client has a bee allergy, for example, which I know sometimes some people have that as a severe allergy, they can still use the BioLift cream. It does not affect them in that way. So with that, like I said, the new BioLift cream, the new formulation, is available right now. It was just released and it will start to be going out today. And the price has not changed, so you can check your wholesale pricing in regards to cost per jar or in your back bar size. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Hopefully we will see some of you in our upcoming events, especially with the IECSC Las Vegas show. We will be booth 1151. We will be offering a super fun hybrid technology peel class on that Sunday, and we hope to see some of you there. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. I know many of you might be having children graduating from various levels of schools, and I congratulate all and have a wonderful weekend. Take care.